At 80 years old, Tom Selleck walks into a room and still has the commanding presence, rugged charm, and youthful energy that made him a Hollywood icon decades ago. His piercing eyes, his trademark mustache, his broad shoulders, nothing about him screams 80. In fact, most people are stunned when they hear his real age because he moves, looks, and carries himself like a man 30 years younger. How is that possible? Hollywood is filled with stars who've faded, slowed down, or even disappeared from the spotlight. But Selleck, he's still working, still riding horses on his California ranch, still performing in front of the camera, and still maintaining a body and mind that defy the natural rules of aging. But here's the shocking truth. It's not luck, it's not expensive Hollywood treatments, and it's not genetics alone. Tom Selleck has spent decades quietly living by a code, a lifestyle built on discipline, smart choices, and a handful of key foods that he swears by to keep his body young and strong. Today, we're breaking down the 6 foods Tom Selleck eats consistently, the habits that keep him sharp, and the anti-aging philosophy that allows him to look 45 when he's actually 80. And by the end of this video, you'll see exactly how simple shifts in your own daily diet could transform how you feel, how you look, and even how long you live. Tom Selleck's morning start. Selleck has always been a man of routine. Even when he's on set, his mornings don't start with flashy Hollywood gimmicks. They start with balance and fuel. He wakes early, often before the sun, and prioritizes calm over chaos. On his ranch, mornings are sacred. He feeds the horses, takes in the fresh California air, and grounds himself before stepping into a long day. Breakfast isn't sugar-loaded cereal or greasy fast food. Instead, Selleck begins with protein and healthy fats that keep his energy steady. Eggs, sometimes scrambled, sometimes poached, paired with avocado or a slice of whole-grain toast. A little fruit, often berries, for antioxidants. And coffee, yes, but never drowning in sugar or cream. This kind of breakfast sets the stage for sustained energy, muscle support, and clear mental focus. The first superfood, berries. One of Selleck's most consistent choices is berries. Blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries. Why? Because these little fruits pack a powerful anti-aging punch. They're loaded with antioxidants that fight free radicals, the unstable molecules that accelerate aging, wrinkles, and even disease. For Selleck, berries aren't a once-in-a-while treat. They're a daily staple. They protect collagen in the skin, keep joints healthy, and support memory. Studies show that people who regularly eat berries experience slower cognitive decline. At 80, Selleck's sharp memory and ability to keep delivering lines on camera isn't a coincidence. It's directly connected to the food he fuels his brain with. The second superfood, lean proteins. Muscle loss is one of the biggest issues for men over 50. By the time you hit 60, the average man loses muscle at a rapid rate, which leads to weakness, slower metabolism, and higher risk of injury. But look at Selleck. He still stands tall, broad-shouldered, and strong. His secret? Lean protein. He eats chicken, turkey, fish, and occasionally grass-fed beef. Protein is the foundation for repairing muscle, keeping bones strong, and maintaining that masculine frame that defines him. Unlike many actors his age, Selleck has never been about bulking up in the gym. He's been about strength, balance, and functionality. Protein is at the core of that philosophy. The third superfood, olive oil. Instead of drowning meals in butter or heavy sauces, Selleck relies on one of the cornerstones of the Mediterranean diet, extra virgin olive oil. Heart health, brain clarity, and reduced inflammation. Olive oil has been called liquid gold for longevity. For Selleck, it's an everyday ingredient. Whether it's drizzled over vegetables, used in salad dressings, or lightly brushed onto grilled fish, olive oil provides the healthy fats that protect his heart and keep his joints mobile enough to ride horses and stay active even at 80. This single switch, choosing olive oil over processed oils, has kept his cardiovascular system running like a man decades younger. The fourth superfood, leafy greens. If you've ever seen Selleck in interviews, you'll notice he has incredible posture, strong bones, and surprisingly youthful skin tone. A big part of that comes from his daily dose of leafy greens: spinach, kale, arugula, and even simple romaine. These greens deliver calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K, nutrients that protect bone density and fight osteoporosis. They also detoxify the body, helping his liver and kidneys function smoothly. And here's the key: he doesn't overcomplicate it. Sometimes it's a salad, sometimes it's sautéed spinach with garlic and olive oil, sometimes it's a handful of greens blended into a smoothie. But no matter what, greens are non-negotiable. The fifth superfood, nuts and seeds. Selleck doesn't snack on chips or candy. Instead, he keeps it simple with a handful of almonds, walnuts, or pumpkin seeds. These are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, and minerals that fight brain decline, support healthy testosterone levels, and keep skin elastic. At his age, many men suffer from brittle bones, aching joints, and memory lapses. But Selleck's routine handful of nuts gives him steady energy and vital micronutrients that keep him youthful inside and out. The sixth superfood, fish and omega-3s. Last but not least, Selleck eats fish, salmon, mackerel, and sometimes tuna. These fatty fish are rich in omega-3s, which fight inflammation, protect the heart, and preserve memory. They're also linked to longer lifespans in men who eat them regularly. For Selleck, this isn't about vanity. It's about living fully, being present for his family, and still being able to act, ride horses, and live with vitality at 80. His love of seafood is a key part of why his face looks vibrant and not aged or sagging. Omega-3s literally slow down the biological clock. Hydration and lifestyle beyond food. Selleck is disciplined with hydration. No endless sodas, no sugar-packed drinks. Water is his priority, often with lemon for an added vitamin C boost. He does enjoy wine occasionally, but never excessively, because balance is everything, and his lifestyle reflects his foods: simplicity, moderation, and consistency. Working on his ranch, staying physically active, and riding horses provide him with daily movement that keeps his muscles alive and his metabolism strong. The philosophy that guides him. What really sets Selleck apart isn't just what he eats, but how he thinks. He doesn't chase trends. He doesn't starve himself with extreme diets or punish his body with exhausting workouts. Instead, he treats food as fuel and respects his body as a tool that must last. His ranch life, his career, his family, they all demand that he stay grounded. For him, food is medicine, not entertainment. And that's exactly why he looks 45 when most men his age struggle just to get out of bed without pain. Final message: Tom Selleck is living proof that age doesn't have to control you. At 80 years old, he's stronger, sharper, and more vibrant than most men decades younger. Not because of magic, but because of discipline, simplicity, and 6 foods that keep him young: berries, lean proteins, olive oil, leafy greens, nuts, and fish. That's it. No Hollywood secret, no fad diet, just timeless wisdom practiced every single day. So the real question is, are you fueling your body the way Selleck does? Or are you letting age creep in faster than it should? If you start today, if you bring even 1 or 2 of these foods into your daily life, you'll begin to feel the difference. Because longevity isn't an accident, it's a choice. And Tom Selleck is living proof of what happens when you choose wisely.